Welcome once again everybody to round 3 of our new tuned championship, the Ford RS Focus Championship. This week, round 3, we have 2 tracks. We have the Brsnds Hatch GP and the Brsnds Hatch INDY circuit to tame. So let's get straight into the lap guide. Let me get all the info up, change my car view. Here we are. Let's get straight into the lap for you. Of course, our championship brought to you by DMJ Vroom Room, our league designer, D.90, our streamer and commentator, and amazing racer. LWR Design, who designed these leagues, all the tuning, everything, the liveries as well. The guy's an absolute genius. And myself, WPR Hotlap, who's done the lap guides for this entire series, all 10 rounds, 9 or 10 rounds. So let's get straight into it here. Brsnds Hatch, and an amazing track. Coming up to turn 1, we are braking just at the 150 mark, maybe 175. If you're carrying a bit more speed, maybe the 2, but that's fine. I'm going to try braking the straight line, down to 3rd, then straight up to 4th again. Up to 4th, get on the inside, and use all the track on the runoff if you need. For this car, I am braking just before the shadow of the bridge at this time of day. So as long as you brake before the bridge, you'll be fine. All the way down to 2nd, and a really tight hairpin this one. So run it out wide, but then I get on to 3rd early and I push out with the power, so that's not too bad. Down to 3rd again here, cut onto the curb, then get straight on the power. For this one, we are braking at the 1 board right there, as you can see. Bang on the 1 board with the front of the car. You want to brake aiming for the curb in front of you, and then you want to cut right in under the curb on exit. So brake to get to that curb, then get on this one. As soon as you hit that line, get on the power. Carry some good speed up the hill. Up to 5th, you want to rev the car out along here. And as soon as you get to this 2 board, as you can see, that's me getting off the power. I do coast a little bit here for a few yards, and then I'm starting to get on the brakes, as you can see. And what you're going to do is you're going to go down to 4th and try to stick onto the inside. Down to 4th, stick onto the inside if you can. Could have been a bit closer to that curb. Use the runoff here. And about 120 metres out, that's where I'm braking for this one. You want to go down to the curb, and you want to try and chop as much off the inside of this corner as you can. Obviously without getting a penalty, because this is a prime spot for it. So down to 3rd. Could have been closer to the curb there, but I used the runoff, that's fine. Stay in 4th for this one. So use all the speed. Get into 4th. And just where that Marshall point is on the right hand side, you would have seen it. That's where I'm starting braking for this one. You will go down to 3rd, and you want to get right onto the inside so you can get on the power as soon as possible coming through here. Kept good speed there, just under 77 miles an hour, that's alright. Up to 5th, nope, stay in 4th, rev it out. Okay. And then just before we get between the 2 and the 1, say, that's full on braking. I think I'll go down to 3rd, then back up to 4th to keep the car stable. So down to 3rd. Try to stay about 80 miles an hour, straight up to 4th, and you want to cut right onto this one if you're qualifying for the shortest run to the line. And Brsnds Hatch GP is a 26.9, that's not too bad. So what we'll do, as we always do, is we'll go out of car and have a look, see how we get on. So back without a car view, let's go. Hold on, I will put on the info for you. Straight through this one, so braking just after 200, try to brake as late as you can. Car slidey a bit, but managed to keep it and hit the apex. Braking heavy for this one. Getting right on the power on the way out. Down to 3rd here on that curb. And use all the exit if you need to. Straight line braking again, down to 3rd. As soon as you hit that curb, you can get on the power, the car will stick. over to the left for this one, and you want to coast through the first part. Get right onto the curb if you can. I had an extra 2 feet there I could have used. Then again, braking. Brake a little bit late there, which means I couldn't turn in as much as I wanted. For this one, stay in fourth. It keeps the car more stable because it's a very tricky sheen corner. But as long as you cut that curb, you'll be fine. There's the marshal. Up, stay in third, power out. And then just power fourth all the way to the end of the straight. Get down to third, get on the inside. Up to fourth again to keep the car more stable. And then just use the inside all the way to the line. And that is Brsnds Hatch, round 3, done and dusted. Very good track in this car. It just sticks most of the way around. So what we'll do now is we'll go and get up the Indy track and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we're now back with the Indy track, so it's a slightly different line in some places, but it's not too bad. Most of the cornering is exactly the same, except when you get to the end of the lap, it's very, very tricky. So let's get straight into it. Let's get all our info up first. Got that on, that's fine. Here we go. As you're coming out slower than the final corner, you can brake later. So 150 I'm braking out there. Kept a good speed coming up to the bridge. Down to second, that's a better line than the GP lap. Nice and fast braking. Here you're getting off the power and braking, straight line in it, down to third, and you want to cut right into this curb here. As I do, and then straight back up onto the power. That's a better half of the lap than the first lap. Let's go. Now for this one, sorry, I'll go back 10 seconds because you want to see this better. As I said, down to third, use all this curb. For this one, use all the runoff, but when you get to the 200 board here, you want to think about turning in. And what you're going to do is you're just going to coast through some of it, pretty much. As you're turning in, you're coming off the throttle, maybe a slight dab of brake, not much, but you want to get right up onto the curb and straight line you're braking for the end of the other part of the curb. So onto that curb, onto this one, straight line braking here, down to third, don't go down to second, you'll spin the car. Stay third, push out, up to fourth. And once again, if you're doing a qualifying lap, stay around the inside, but you won't be because this is race 2. And that's a 45.666, that's quite apt, I like that number. So we'll go out of car once more. And do it all again. Here we go. As you can see, you're not carrying as much speed as you would be going in on the GP circuit, so you can brake a little bit later. It's a nicer corner that time, used all the runoff if I needed to. This one, straight line the braking, down to second, a bit of trail brake as well, and I got the car turned much better than I did in the GP lap. Once again, braking. Chuck the car in, get onto that curb, then you can get on the power on exit. Now for this one, about 150 you're going to start turning in, you're going to use all the curb if you can, and definitely all the curb here. Down to third, get the car turned, as soon as you're on this curb you can get back on the power. Then up to fourth. And that is an Indy lap, a very quick lap, it will be full out action, as we'd expect nothing less from these Focus RS cars. So, there you go, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers now.